What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another Stoey Vids video. In this video, I will be going over some of the best barter trades in Escape from Tarkov that you might be missing out on. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like and subscribe and check out my other videos on my channel. Let's go! Alright, now starting off with Prapor. Let's go to the barter list. Now, first things first, the 60 round mag for the 545 AK. As you can see, the barter is the analog thermometer, which is only 28k or 29, and then the magazine itself, it kind of fluctuates. Sometimes it goes to 40k, but it's around like 38 to 40k. That's the first one. After that, we go, this is a new barter that they added last wipe, kind of like later in the wipe, and it has the waffle suppressor, and it's only for one SGC-10 Kaufman, which is like 127k, around that area. It fluctuates though, the price, but if you get it around that area, if I wanted to build this weapon myself, it's gonna cost me 200k, but I have GP coins because the waffle maker express you can buy from GP coins, and if you don't have GP coins from Arena, then it's gonna cost you 72k. It's gonna be around 280k to build this weapon because of the waffle maker suppressor, and if you don't have GP coins. So if you can get your Kaufman, buy it from the flea market for like 127, it's definitely worth it. After that, we have the classic. This one's still the same barter. This barter's been there for like 4 or 5 wipes, and it's still worth it. People still don't know about this, but as you can see, military circuit board for around 48 to 50k, and then wires now, since they're like early wipe, they're kind of expensive, but now they're like around 9 to 10k, and if you get it, it's 60k. And the Ash 12 itself is 85, 84k, sometimes 100 if people are playing. And then you also get a suppressor with it, so you can sell this suppressor always back for like 20k. You can even sell the whole gun back. After that, we have the VSS. Since this wipe, they removed the VSS from the flea market. Like, you can't list it anymore. As you can see, you can only buy it straight from ref with GP coins or this barter. So if you like the VSS, this barter is definitely worth it. Now after that, we have this barter. As you can see, propane sells for like 38 to 40k. It's like 80k, and then this also sells for 80k. And you can only buy a few per reset. Once from Jaeger for 106k, and then you have to buy it from players for like 200 and sometimes even more because the Bitcoin price is so high. So of course I always barter for if I need another fuel set with this barter. Lastly, for Prapor is this Ray back, and if you want to run with the biggest backpack in the game, then this barter is definitely worth it with 1 Cyclone and 2 MGTs. Alright, now let's move on to Therapist. Starting off, we got the Grizzly Mech Kit. This is a classic barter. Most people know about this one. You got 1 gas analyzer for like 15 to 20k, and then the UV lamp for like 9 to 10. And then this Grizzly is definitely worth it, since Therapist price sells it for 80k, and people on the flea market also sell it for 70k. You can definitely get it for like 40k with this barter. After that, we got the ETG stim. I love the stim. It always saves me in fights, the green stim. And as you can see, on the flea market, it sells for around 120k. Now sometimes the shampoo prices do go up, especially in the weekend when a lot of people are playing, but I've seen shampoo go for like 25k, and when it goes for 25k, then this barter is worth it. Before these for 100k, and then they sell in the flea market for like 150, the green stem, and you save on 50k rubles. Moving on, we got the SJ6. People have been using a lot of SJ6 this wipe to get their strength up, since it's super hard to level strength and endurance right now. So as you can see, you get the saline solution for like 22k, 2 of them for 44, and then this H2O always is super cheap. It's like around 10k, and you get it for like this stim for 55k. And then as you can see, on the flea market, it sells for 100k because people are using SJ6 to level up their skills faster, or they need to do like a task like killing Killa, and they have to get there and interchange them all super fast. So this is definitely a great barter that people miss out on. I can quickly touch on the keys here, but this only counts for early wipe. And of course, these key barters for like director office key and the portable bunkhouse keys are definitely worth it, but it's literally only early wipe, so just gonna quick skim over it. But once it's early wipe, just know for next wipe that these key barters are definitely worth it, and be on the lookout for these items then. Alright, moving on to the next barter from Therapist. We got the money case over here, and as you can see on the flea market, people sell it for like 600. I've seen it at 700k also, and you may think like this barter is not worth it, but it's most definitely worth it if you do the math. You get like your gold chains around 25 to 30k, 5 of them, and then the roller for like 50, and then skull rings 40. You do this barter is definitely worth it. You can also resell the money case if you want, which should be like around 400k, 500k, and then as you can see on the flea market, it sells for like 600 to 700. And the same goes for this medicine case. If you get these for cheap, this medicine case is definitely worth it, because if you want to buy one, Tarpus sells this for 550k, and they removed putting med cases on the flea market. The Lucky Scav junk box barter deal, if you've been saving up dog tags since early wipe and you got a bunch of level 15 dog tags, this barter is also worth it, but mostly early wipe. If you're looking for a thick case, the best barter for the thick case is definitely the Moonshine one. That's why Moonshine is always so pricey. It's like 266k. Sometimes I've seen that 290. But people always do this barter to get their thick case. That is 50 vodkas, 30 whiskeys, and 50 moonshines. So if you need another thick case, do this barter. Now moving on to Skier. Coming in hot with the classic. The GPX price has been dropping down. It's like 35k. I've seen it also at 25k, the G phones. And the Voodoo itself sells for like 90k on the flea market. So if you like the scope, this is definitely a good barter. Saving up those GPXs or buy from flea market, and then getting the Voodoo. Now if you need a repair for either the gunsmith task or you want to run one yourself, this is definitely the best barter for the repair, since the only way you can get the repair is by doing one of these barters, and the Scare one is the best one. Now moving on, if you're still in the gunsmith task, there's one gunsmith task where you need this pistol grip. And this pistol grip, as you can see, what people are doing, they're flipping it. See, they buy for 5k, sell it on flea market for 80k. And I'll make a video about flipping items too soon, so you guys know. Make sure you like and subscribe, by the way, so you stay tuned for more videos like this, informative. This is definitely people forget about this barter, and they need this, so they just buy it straight from flea market, but they forget that this barter exists. Since there's 3 chain lists that you only need, they sell for like 7k each, and then one antique face that has a constant price for like 43k. There you go. This barter is definitely worth it to complete that gunsmith task. After that, you can buy max 2 with this barter. This barter is new. It came with this wipe, and it's definitely a great barter. And since people are using since the event for cultists now, the price is kind of up, but I have seen RFDs for like 150k. People kind of know about this barter now, but like it's still worth it though. People use it a lot for nighttime. It's a good night vision goggles. Now moving on, we have the Cult Lacoste ballistic plate, tier 5 plate. You have to do a quest to unlock this though. And I think it might have been Wet Job Part 6 or the guide. But once you have that task complete, you get this barter, and it's super good because you get a tier 5 for just a constant price, a golden rooster for around 60k, which is amazing. Buy 2 of these, and you got, it's 2 per reset. And put in any armor or armored rig you want. Now moving on to Peacekeeper. Starting off hot, this is one of the bars I do most of the time for Peacekeeper, because as you can see, you can't really get this other than doing the barter or finding it on raiders or rogues or bodyguards from Gluar. The 60 round Stanak mag. You got 2 PCBs. I've seen these like fluctuate 13 to 18k. Get them around there. And then GM count is kind of pricey, but I have seen it at around 30 to 40k. But like, since this is like literally one of the only ways to get these mags fast, and I know you guys love running the 416s, the HKs, the M4s, so you need them. And since it's like weekend right now when I'm recording this, price for the GM count kind of went up, but sometimes I have seen the GM counts go all the way down to 30k. So keep an eye on that. Snipe them from the flea market. Same goes for this dog tag barter. If you have bear dog tags from like level 25, you can do this one. Moving on to this barter, the MP7A2. And as you can see, the price of the gun went all the way up because people keep buying the MP7s and they want them. People love using the MP7s. So as you can see, you have to buy this straight up now. It's all the way to 100 to 110k now, the MP7. So, but people miss out on this barter, and this one used to be more expensive because I think you also needed the 1G phone for it, like Summon's 1G phone, and they removed that one. So now it's only 1 GPX, and GPX price went down, see, to 25k. There's also the Voodoo trade, don't forget that one. So we got 25k here for 1 GPX, and then 16k for a power bank, and people miss out on this steal. This is one of the biggest steals ever right now. I think they updated this barter and people miss out on this one. That's why I'm making this video, right? So people know now. And you can buy max too, so if you like to run the MP7A2, it's definitely a great barter to cop on, so don't forget it. Moving on, this is another tier 5 plate. It's ceramic though, but it's definitely worth it. And then I'm pretty sure you have to complete one of those hard tasks, like the guide, to get it. But if you have that task complete, if you have that task complete, this barter is definitely worth it. You can buy 6 per reset on Peacekeeper, which is insane. You can keep filling your armors up with the tier 5 arm plate for like 1 SAS drive. That's 60k. Super good barter. Now, if you like the the new gun, the Uzi Pro pistol. You can easily do this quick barter for Big Casey for the cookbook, which is like around 30k, 35. Also a solid one. And lastly, this one's also, you have to complete a task before you can do it. But this is a tier 5 fully plated armored rig, the Osprey. And it's definitely a great rig, and I know a lot of people like this rig. You only buy one per reset though, but for three SAS drive, it's definitely worth it. So make sure you check out this barter. Now what we got at mechanic. Starting off, the MP5 Max. They do become super overpriced sometimes. It fluctuates though. Sometimes they're at 30k, sometimes they're at, as you can see, 50k right now. And once they're up there, super expensive, this barter is definitely worth it because wires are only 9k now, right now. So you got 30k MP5 round mag instead of buying it straight from the flea market for 50k. Now let's quickly go over all the little gunsmith task gun parts that people resell on the flea market and buy it from like mechanic, or you can do it yourself. But the thing is, BSG added these barters, and I said it in the other video, that people miss out on when building these gunsmith weapons. Starting off with the Silence Go Hybrid 46. This barter is so much better than buying it straight for like 70 to 80k. As you see, you need 4 ram sticks, and I've seen ram sticks sell for 9 to 13k right now. I've seen it most of the time it's even lower, like 6 to 7, 8k. If you get it around that, you need the hybrid for either the gunsmith task, because there's a lot where you need this silencer, or the Prapor test drive task with the M1A. You can always do this barter if you don't want to buy for 80k and save some money. Same goes for Annihilator. As you can see, people sell for 40k on the flea market. I've seen it sometimes for 100, but you can straight up buy one of these TNT bricks for 22k and save some money, and you can do your gunsmith task. Same goes for this one. It's also classic, the Ultimac M8. People like scamming people with it. See, 70k, but for 3 printed circuit boards around 30k, you can get it for much cheaper. 30k instead of like 80k. The same goes for the UTG, and also for the Zenith B30 handguard. There's also a gunsmith task attachment that you need, and people sell it for 35k, but you can buy it for the ram sticks if they're like around 7k. This one's also the classic barter, one of the classics. People do know about this one, but the buffer tube for the valve, if you like running the AS valve like this. Because the issue is, if I'm willing to run a AS valve and I want to buy this straight up, and I do, only type 3, and I want to purchase all, and as you can see, that's hella expensive for the valve, the AS valve. What you notice here is that people are scamming people with the buffer tube. And yes, if you want to have it fast, you can straight up buy it like this, but you can save money by doing this barter for 1 pack of milk, and the milk sells for, milk price kind of went up, but I've seen it at 20k, but it's definitely like better than 70k. So you do save some money, but I've seen it mostly at around 20k. So don't forget that one. And then we got the SA58, almost meta. This is also solid barter. I just like to replace the suppressor, like resell in the flea market for 80k the hybrid. And then the SA58 stock is definitely like best in slot, and it's like almost meta. Maybe change the handguard and then the suppressor, or go loud. And then you get this barter for 2 Nixers. I've seen Nixers from 20 to 30k, and then the Rat Poison for constant price for like 32k. It's definitely a barter that's worth it if you like running the SA58. This barter is literally just worth it because there's no other way to get this weapon except for this barter. That is 50k for the military circuit board, and the Cyclone battery for 54k. You get this RPDN, and you need this weapon also for a test drive part 4, I think. And there's literally, like, you cannot sell this on the flea market, so there's only this one barter, so that's why this one's worth it. Now with this new Uzi update, the 2 new Uzis, you got the suppressor and the laser sight, the blue laser sight, and then for one of the pipe wrench. It's only this one's only 24k, and super cheap to get like a fully upgraded Uzi super fast if you want to run one. Alright, moving on to Ragman. Starting off, we got another tier 5 plate, and I'm pretty sure you need to finish quest before getting this. But once you get this task done, you can buy 4 per reset. At tier 5 ceramic, it's ceramic, it doesn't repair well, but since you can buy 4 per reset, you want to run tier 5 only. You got one wooden clock for 52k around there. Definitely worth it. Now if you completed the task called calibration for mechanic, you can finally buy the Alton, and then of course this barter is then most definitely worth it if you like to run the Alton. Yes, head throat and head neck still exist, but I have been saved by these Altons when I've been running them. I did have been saved a couple times, so it's definitely worth it, this barter. Only if you have the task complete calibration though. Now moving on, this Gazelle Barter is most definitely worth it. It doesn't come with plates though, but you can always buy them straight from either the flea market or one of the traders sell it. And the reason why this is worth it, there's 3 quests where you need the Gazelle. One of them, sue it good. You need to give Ragman two Gazelles, and you just straight barter for him. And after the hot delivery quest where you have to stash 2 of them. And this wipe Gazelles were 2 mil, but with this new barter, the price went down. And you can get it for cheap, so that's good. This is also one of the good tier 5 armors. You do need like 2 side plates though, but it comes with tier 5 plates. And for two of these antique books and a manual. You see, manual's like around 15k. Book consistent price of like 39k, and you can get this Fort Redoubt armor. The Fort Defender, this is also a good barter since the sledgehammer price went all the way down to 120k. And what you can do if you don't like running this armor because there's no side plates in it, you can just do the barter, grab the main plates out, the tier 5 plates, put it in another armored rig or armor, and then resell this Fort Defender armor back to Ragman, just like I do with the same with this one. As you can see, there's also a good barter. What people like to do is then they buy 3 of the rollers, get these good tier 5 plates. These are like the best. These are the best tier 5 plates, and they do this barter, pull the plates out, and then resell it to Ragman for 33k, which is amazing. Then you got these good tier 5 plates that you can put in a better, or whatever you prefer, armored rig, like for example this one, the Anna or the Thor. And this is also a great barter, this Thor armor for 2 small diaries. Let's talk about the Anna Tactical M1 rig. This is also a great barter. They changed the requirements for this armor though, and that is 2 Kavas's water and 1 Aquamari, and it's still worth it. What I like doing is I like buying these from the flea market, and then I replenish my PMC's hydration and energy with Aquamari and the Kavas's. And as you can see, all the way down to 1 out of 50 and 1 out of 60. And then after that, I barter for the rig. And as you can see, I've been saving it up. And it's a good way to get a cheap tier 4 armor, or even get this rig and then remove the plates, put tier 5s in. It's also a great armor to go with. Now this is a new rig that they added with this wipe, the Tasmanian. It doesn't have side plates though, nor soft armor. Well, what I like doing is I like saving up the Veritas and Fire Steel, or buy it straight from the flea market because they have a consistent price. And then the good thing is, just like the other armors, what you can do is you do this barter trade, and then you grab the plates out, put it in a different rig, or put it in a different armor rig like this one, and then resell it to Ragman because it has a consistent price of 81k, and then you get a super cheap tier 5 plates from it. This is also a new rig they added. You can buy Max Barista 3. You need 2 of the Vibin shoes, which are around 35k. You can get this black armored rig, which is sick. That's also a good one. And then we got the Attack 2 backpack. You can only buy 1 per reset. And then, as you can see, the Pro Kill for 85k. You can find them if you can find them in raid. This is also a good barter. Then the Blackjack 50. It's also a great barter if you like running the big backpacks, since there's only really one way to get it. And then this barter with 1 VPX, buy from flea market for 110k. It's a great barter. And lastly, for Ragman is the Trooper 35. It's also a solid barter to get this backpack, and it's literally only one way to get it, and it's this barter. So of course, no brainer. It's definitely a great barter. Then we're going to Jaeger. Let's see what Jaeger got. So now starting off again, people forget about this Grizzly bar, but this one's also great, just like the one from Therapist. You need 1 sausage for 33k, and then 1 cracker, which you can straight up buy for 15k from Therapist. And then you got a cheaper Grizzly instead of spending 70k for the Therapist. And after that, we got the Survival 12 surgical kit, 15 out of 15, for 1 antique face for 42k. Because as you can see, the Survival 12 surgical kit sells for 75k on the flea market, but you can get it for 40. It's also a great barter. Now let's talk about this D-Lock IRD for the Reap IR. Since you can buy batteries for 8k each, and you need 4 of them. If you want to run the Reap IR, or you need it for gunsmith task or the other mechanic tasks, this barter is definitely worth it because people sell it for 60 to 70k on the flea market, while this barter sells for 4 deep batteries, and 4 deep batteries are 8k each. So this is definitely a steal to get this D-Lock sight for the Reap IR. Now this wipe Dorm Marquee is super expensive, but now also with BSG just did an event where the prices kind of went down, but it's still semi-expensive. It's like 3 mil, 2.5. It's gonna go up again after the event is over. But if you need Dorm 314 Marquee, this is also a good barter. But what you do is, for instance, if Dorm Marquee is 7 mil again, what you do is you buy the RBVO Marquee for 1.5 with 10 uses. You run 9 runs of it and then make it 1 out of 10. Same also for the RP PKPM. Run 9 uses on it, and then RBBK run 9 uses on it, and then get all that money back from all the marquee runs on reserve. And then you got 1 out of 10 RBVO and a 1 out of 10 RBPKM and a 1 out of 10 RBBK, and then do this barter so you can get a super cheap 314 marquee, because you got all the money back from all those reserve runs, and you're not spending 7 mil, and you're not spending 3 to 7 mil for the 314 marquee. Because before this event, this marquee was super expensive. It was 6 to 7 mil. But now with the event, people done it, like they killed 5 cultists and they get one free, so the price kind of went down. But it's gonna go up again. So once the price goes up around 7 mil, do this trick by running the RBVO and the RPKPM and the BK all the way 1 out of 10 uses, and then doing this barter from Jaeger. And you got yourself a Dorm's Marquee. And lastly, of course, the sick case is pretty much a no-brainer barter. It's definitely a great one to do. You either get 12 paracords and all these 15 duct tape, 15 tape, 15 nails. The prices do fluctuate, but instead of buying it straight from the flea market like that, 2 mil, it's better like either saving these up or sniping them from the flea market when they're cheaper. But lastly, we got Ref, the new trader from Arena. We'll quickly go over it, but I'll make an in-depth video about Ref later on if it's worth it or not to grind all that arena stuff, and also the keys that he runs. But quickly going through it for the GP coins. Starting off, we got, what I always like to do is go straight here, buy SP6. You can buy 12 max. The ammo is super worth it, guys. Always. You can get 20 pieces though. 1 pack for 4 GP coins. Per reset, you can buy max 12. If you're like running the ASVAL or the new ASVAL VSS or the SR3M, definitely get the SP6 with the best bullets in the game. And after that, we got M80. You can buy 7 packs per reset for 2 GP coins. Super worth it. You get 20 rounds. Super worth it, this barter. Also for the BP, 762 BP, 20 rounds in this packet for and 1 packet costs 4 GP coins. So yeah, do your arena dailies and arena tasks. Now the thing is, like with all these other GP coins, you need to understand that there are better barters for those GP coins. Like I say, the ammo is definitely solid to get, but these like weapons are kind of cool. But you can also, instead of wasting the GP coins on that, you can buy the classic, what most people always do is 48 GP coins for 1 GPU, and then resell it on the flea market for 800 to 900k, which is super amazing. Instead of buying all these weapons, I think the only weapon you kind of need to focus on if you want to buy one of these weapons is the spear. Since the spear, there's only 2 ways to get it. One is this, grinding ref all the way to level 4, and you can buy per reset 1 spear for 50 GP coins, or you have to do Lightkeeper all the way till the end, and then you can finally buy the spear. So yeah, but like most of the time, I have been stocking up on graphics cards. That's what I always do. And I've also been buying Altons. I think the Alton is also a good trade. You don't have to spend all your GP coins on it, but I've been stacking up Altons for when I'm running. I've been doing the test drive. I'm running the Alton to save me. It has been saving me a lot. Sometimes I do get head throated or necked, but the Alton is definitely worth it. Now let's quickly go over the keys for the Legas that you can get from grinding arena. I heard Grumpy Key. I still need to do a video on that, but I'll go do some uses on it. But yeah, Grumpy Key is the #1 key for loot. After that, I think Voron, because it has a Ledex spawn. And then after, either Leon or Shutun. Just quickly going over that. And lastly, the Armor Rig Classic, this CPC. Most people already know about this, but this is definitely one of the best ones. You only need ref level 3, and you can buy super reset the CPC rigs for 22 GP coins. Super cheap, and you get fully with the best tier 5 plates and side plates and a lot of storage. So it's definitely worth it to do this trade, the CPC rigs. And then as last, since the Sobralo is super hard to get, this is one of the only ways to get the full Sobralo with tier 6 plates and side plates. And you need for it to do that one quest, the Good Times Part 1, or you just want to run the Sobralo. And I say this is definitely worth it, since there's definitely not a lot of ways to get it except for the boost barter, this one, but this one doesn't even have plates. and then of course Ref for 60 GP coins, and you get the full Sobralo, unless you find it in raid. Anyways guys, if you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, help me out. Check out the other videos I have on my channel. I just uploaded one for Psycho Sniper and the one for clearing the road compound. More videos to come, stay tuned. Stoey Vids out baby, let's get it.